as you said, I'm Jazmyn Hayden, I'm a dancer. To be more specific, because there's all different types of dancers, I mainly do choreography, hip hop. Just to outline my experience, I started dancing when I was 18 at U of I. I actually know Dila from salsa dancing, so I also do the Latin dances, salsa, merengue, bachata, mambo. So I started when I was 18, so it's not like I was dancing since I was 2, and I didn't get into it because my parents got me into it. I really didn't know anyone who was a dancer. I just kind of like naturally wanted to do it. I would see Michael Jackson and Britney Spears on the television, and I would just tape them on my cassette tape and memorize it and perform it for myself in my room. So when I got to U of I actually saw other people who were dancing, and I decided to try out for a team, and then it basically just exploded from there. I was consumed with it. It was a combination of hip hop and salsa. I started with Dance to Excess. My sister started To Excess Caliente, which was salsa group, and I was the director there, so I was choreographing and managing performances and things like that. And after I graduated, I came to Chicago, and I danced with To Excess Chicago here. We have different branches, but and then just got into it. So I basically danced all over Chicago with different groups within the hip hop choreography category. So there's been a couple of big things that I've done. He mentioned that I've been featured on the Oprah show twice. It was Oprah's block party where it was the Black Eyed Peas, and there was that huge flash mob thing going down Michigan Avenue. And then another was Beyonce's performance. We run this on Oprah's Her Farewell in the United Center. I got to dance back up for Beyonce. And then Jennifer Hudson I think it was 2 years ago, where she performed at the Taste. They're doing concerts, so I performed with her there. And so I've gotten to do some really great things while being in Chicago and being a dancer. I also have a full-time job, which is something I consider, I don't really mention it. When people say, what do? I tell them I'm a dancer, even though the majority of my time I do have a full-time job. I'm a receptionist at an accounting firm, but just to explain why dancing is my passion, okay, you're about to get to know me a lot right now. So basically, growing up, besides just getting into dancing my own way and liking it, I mean, it's fun. It's more personal for me, and I know that every dancer has their own story. But mine is, growing up, I think I had, the regular problems that, young women have sometimes. I had, low self-esteem. I was super skinny, and then I was teased a lot, bullied for that, especially if you grow up in a Black community. Being super skinny is not valued, and I was teased mercilessly over that. And so I grew up, and I didn't like the way I looked. I was uncomfortable. It was summertime, and I'd be wearing turtlenecks, jeans, because I don't want people to see my bony legs. I don't want my collarbone to stick out, because I thought it was ugly. And to add to that, I'm an Air Force brat, so I moved around a lot with my parents. And for the majority of my life, I grew up around all white people. Not that that's a problem. Only if you're the only Black person in the class, you kind of don't know who to associate with, and it's just different. I mean, it wasn't bad. And then when I was 12, sorry, I'm getting a little nervous. When I was 12, around 8th grade, I moved completely to a different area where it was majority Black. And I was also different because culturally I was not what they're used to, even being Black. So I wasn't Black enough for them. So I was teased for that. So I had, low self-esteem with how I looked. I had racial identity issues. I didn't know who to identify with. So when I got to U of I and I found Dance to Excess, it was kind of like my savior. So there was everyone danced. It was black, white, Asian, Hispanic, everyone was dancing. And I had never seen that. I was like, whoa, Asians can move, you know? It was shocking to me. And those people became my best friends. And diversity through dance was probably one of the best things I've ever gotten to experience. So I'm passionate about dance for that reason, those reasons, because it's helped make me who I am right now. Like, my confidence came from that. My identity came from that. Like, when somebody asks me who I was, the first thing that's going to come out of my mouth is a dancer. It's not going to be black, it's not going to be a woman, it's not going to be a Christian. It's going to be a dancer first and foremost. So basically, I got a little off track there. So that even my confidence came from being able to get up on stage and dance in front of people. I think if you're not a dancer, even if you are still, it's still nerve-wracking to do that because you're still putting yourself out there for people to judge you. But what made it for me is what I was being judged on. When I was up on stage and I danced, people didn't say, oh my God, look at her, she's skinny. Oh my God, she's not black enough. Or she's too white. You know, it was, damn, that girl can dance, you know? And that's it. And that's all I needed. So I feel, when I dance, I just feel 100% me. I feel 100% comfortable in my skin. Even now, like, I'm nervous as hell. Like, talking in front of people, but if you ask me to dance, I'll be fine, you know? So I'm so nervous when I used to talking in front of people like this. So, yeah, that's my story with dance, and I love it. I need it. It's like the air I breathe. You know, if I don't dance for a while, I probably would start acting really screwy and doing things that I'm not used to doing or whatever. So I will dance until I'm in my grave. So, yeah, how much time do I have?
What's your best form of dance? Like, what do you like the best?
I love hip hop. Well, choreography hip hop. There's different forms. I'm not like a popper or a breaker, you know, or locking. It's mainly choreography. So what you would see like Janet Jackson doing, or Justin Timberlake or Britney Spears, that style of dance. I love it just because it's with salsa. It's more fun, but you have to depend on someone else. Like, my time with salsa kind of depends on how good the guy is a dancer, because he's leading you, you kind of just do what he says, and, which is great, it's fun, it works your brain, and you have to be on your toes the whole time. But I feel more freedom with hip hop, and I can do what I want, you know, so.
What do you think of dubstep, and you know, how popular it's become, like on YouTube and videos and stuff like that, because it's really cool to watch.
Yes. Recently, dubstep exploded. I don't know how long it's been out there, but it's like, as far as mainstream, it's fairly new, as far as people getting people's attention. Musically, if you put on a dubstep song, I wouldn't be able to, like, I would be a little nervous dancing to it, but I've seen some amazing things that people can do to it, and like now, people are starting to do even my style of dance to dubstep. Is that the music, or it's just the dance, right? It's the music as well, right? Yeah. Really? I saw on the internet, I saw a YouTube video of someone dancing to dubstep. I wasn't sure if it was the dubstep, because it sounds like a dance. So, okay, so that's the music.
It's the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, now different dancers are doing their style of music, even to dubstep music. So, I think now that it's accessible to everybody, people are making it, you know, their own. So at first, when it came out, it wasn't something I could connect to, but now I can see the different forms of dance that people are putting on it, and I can dig it. Yeah.
Who are the clients?
Clients? Well, as far as the ones you guys know, like, oh. I really don't mind working with anybody as long as they're professional and on their shit. I'm sorry for lack of better words. Because you can work with someone and they don't know exactly what they're doing. They don't even have choreography set out. you're going to deal with a lot of unprofessionalism, which I'm sure happens in any industry. But anyone who knows what they're doing, has their vision ready, and knows what they want from their dancers, I have no problem working with. So, and if they pay, yay! Dancing isn't easy. A lot of people say, "Hey, can you choreograph this for me, or come dance for me in my video?" It's not. It's something I've been working on for years. It's not something anybody just picks up and does, you know. So if you want some dancers for anything, make sure you give them what they're worth.